When this is all said and done, if you remember these 4 kids, that's the end goal that we're all working towards.
Right now on Up with KREM, a community remembering 4 University of Idaho students who died 2 years ago. This morning, we take a look back.
Tracking an all-day rainfall, I have the minute-by-minute updates on Doppler radar showing you exactly when the rain begins and where it's headed.
Whatever type of store tickled your fancy, River Park Square's probably got it.
This morning, our ongoing Boomtown series continues. Today, we take a look at 30 years of growth in downtown Spokane.
Up with KREM begins now.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining us here on Up with KREM and on KREM 2+. I'm Tim Pham. Let's start things off with a look at your weather forecast with meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Thomas, you're tracking a bit of a rainy Wednesday.
Yeah, just about a couple hours, if not a couple minutes away from that rain starting in Spokane. And once it starts, it is not going to stop all day long. In fact, I just fielded a question about when is it going to start for Spokane, and I will show you right here because that rain is definitely over central Washington right now, just now moving into Davenport. And if we draw a line from the edge of that through Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, I've got it in Spokane at about 7:30, 7:40, Spokane Valley closer towards 8 o'clock. In Coeur d'Alene, you're going to wait until almost 9 a.m. for that rain to begin. So decently slow moving push of rain. But once it starts, it is not going to stop, and we're expecting about 12 hours worth of rainfall for today. So going to be one of our wettest days of the week quite easily.
As you wake up and head out the door this morning, we're taking a live look in Spokane Valley at I-90 and Pines. Normally a busy part of the freeway, especially as the morning commute starts to pick up. But right now things are a-okay. Things are moving nice and smoothly. On Up with KREM, we do bring you weather and traffic together every 30 minutes. We'll let you know if it's impacting your morning commute. This morning marks 2 years since 4 University of Idaho students were murdered in their off-campus home. The victims, Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, Kaylee Consalves. Now, the University of Idaho making sure they will not be forgotten. Today, the Vandal Healing Garden and Memorial is open to everyone. It was created by Vandals for the entire Moscow community. The Healing Garden is a place to grieve and remember. At 6:22, we take a look at a timeline since the murders and where the suspect's trial currently stands. This morning, we're learning who will be on Washington Governor-elect Bob Ferguson's transition team. The team is a bipartisan group from across the state. And this morning, we learned Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown was appointed to be a part of it. Also, Kurt Holmes, the vice chair of the Kalispel tribe, was appointed to the transition team. The office of the governor says the team will work to establish a strategic plan to help Ferguson implement his priorities for the first 100 days of his new administration. In a statement yesterday, Ferguson thanked the team for using their, quote, time and energy to improve state government to better serve Washingtonians. He goes on to say this team brings a wealth of knowledge and experience. They will help us build a stronger Washington. We are working to find out what Mayor Brown and Holmes's roles will be within the transition team. We do know they will meet for the first time next Friday, November 22nd. Happening today, Mayor Lisa Brown is hosting a State of Community Safety Town Hall. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones live for us in downtown Spokane for us this morning. Safety top of mind for everyone. Brandon, what's the mayor expected to talk about? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tim. Well, the mayor is expected to touch on at least a few key topics, some of those being the findings of their core pilot plan, an effort to reduce homelessness and provide ultimately human services to anyone that's homeless here in Spokane. And then another topic that she's expected to touch on is the results of that community safety proposal tax plan that was on last week's ballot. So again, with that election coming in passing, this morning, Town Hall is the opportunity for the mayor to discuss the next steps So the tax plan was proposed by Mayor Brown and largely approved by City Council. The average person will pay $1 for every $1,000 they spend on goods, not including necessities like food or prescriptions. The tax is also expected to fund police and fire, among other public safety functions like the police ombudsman. Another topic to be discussed is the core pilot. We'll talk about that a little bit more in our next half hour. But as for the town hall expected to be taking place this morning, that will begin at 11 a.m. It will be a virtual town hall. We'll have a crew following any new details that come out of that meeting and keep you updated across all KREM 2 platforms. But for now, reporting live here in downtown Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
It won't be long before the snow arrives here in the inland northwest. Yesterday, the city of Spokane laid out its winter operations plan for the upcoming season. The streets department says they are ready for changing winter weather conditions. Like in years past, crews will have material stations in the four corners of the city to maintain 2,100 lane miles of city roads. When it snows, remember that plows will prioritize arterials, hills, as well as hospitals and school routes. City officials are encouraging people to lend a helping hand.
Work with your neighbors by getting to know each other and offering to help those who may not be able to shovel their walks and driveways.
If a full city plow is called, neighborhoods will get cleared after main roads. That'll take about 3 days to complete.
I'm here to crush the dreams of kids all across Spokane who are looking for a snow day.
Spokane Public Schools setting a goal to keep schools open this winter. SPS's Director of Student Support Services says being prepared and able to provide a consistent, open, warm space for students during these cold months is the district's top priority. Anytime there is a threat of snow or hazardous winter weather, SPS says officials will meet around 4 a.m. and they'll notify parents by 6 a.m. if they'll delay or cancel school for the day.
We're just trying to get a good feel for what the driving is going to look like for our buses and for our families as they make their way to school in the morning.
If the district decides to delay or cancel school, it will post on social media as well as send notifications to families through the district's notification system. The district will also send us at KREM 2 the notification so you can find out right here on Up with KREM.
At 6:07, the umbrellas are on standby for today because we have a lot of rain heading our way. So far, no rain here in Spokane. We're probably about an hour and a half or about that away from our first raindrops coming down. But look at how widespread the rain is just to our west. All of central Washington from Moses Lake to about Ritzville are now getting widespread, steady, but fairly light rainfall. And that is going to be heading basically right down I-90 towards us. You also look towards northeastern Washington, snow in the mountains, but it has been raining over Omak and Colville and Kettle Falls, and even Deer Park has gotten a little bit of light rain so far. This is just the beginning of our rain today. Again, keep the umbrellas on standby because the rain is only expected to get heavier through the afternoon. Coming up, I'm going to detail how long this storm system is going to last and how much rain in total we are going to be picking up.
It brings another reason to come to Spokane.
A blast from the past. This morning, our Boomtown series continues. In the next 4 minutes, a look at downtown Spokane's growth over the last 3 decades.
Thousands of people braved the 20-degree temperatures this morning to be the beneficiaries of Tom's Turkey Drive.
I'm very grateful for the people that helped this go on.
Before 2014, when I started, I knew there was a need out in the community, but I had no idea how bad it was until I started doing it. So I understand now what is needed.